Hello there, everybody. This is Mark from Call Me, and welcome back to Higurashi Himatsubushi. So yes, I know that this is probably the second video this weekend of me playing Higurashi when they cry, but I've been really excited about this patch, and I want to play more Higurashi just to see more with this patch. So let's just begin. Let me be happy for once, guys. I'll get back to Chorus Party in Steins Gate soon. Oh wait, I pressed the wrong save file. Oops. Wait. Uh-oh. That's an issue. I think I'm about to... Oh, no! I have to start from the beginning and skip all the way to the point where I'm supposed to be? Oh, no! No! Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, sorry for the delay. I've been recording for 5 minutes now. I have to start right from the beginning of the game and go to the spot where I'm supposed to be at. Are you kidding me? Oh, no wonder why they really suggested starting a new game instead of going right to an old save file. Alright, here we go. Yeah, start laughing at me, little kids. Yeah, I'm not gonna reread this entire chapter. I'm not rereading. I got through 6 or 5 episodes of this. I'm not rereading it from the beginning. That's why I'm doing this long skipping. Man. I am paying for my own, mistakes. Yes. Oh! Whoa! Wait! Oh, these were when he was taking the images! Oh! Okay, I'm gonna watch this sequence real quick, because I like the sequence in the, first time I've seen it under the, in the Steam, Manga Gamer version, but this version is a little bit more, high quality, plus has a moving Rika across the frame. So, you know what, why not? Oh no, is it over? But yeah, okay, I enjoyed watching the Rika moving around on the screen, so I went ahead and watched it again. And now I'm gonna continue on skipping. Whoa! Whoa! Wait, can I pause on this? Wow, that's awesome! Oh, that's a cool image. Oh, man. I'm now considering rereading the entirety of Himatsubushi, but I shouldn't. I shouldn't reread stuff I've already read. Even though this is really cool, I gotta see some new content here. Read this. These were the these were the old tips. These were the tips I kept on getting the previous time. So let's go ahead and exit this. Press continue. And then we're going to go ahead and see through the entirety of chapter 3 real quick. Finish up chapter 3. See if I get the tips that I was meant to get the first time. And then begin chapter 4 of Higurashi when they cry Himatsubushi. That is the plan. I have already wasted like 12 minutes of recording of me trying to get back to the spot where I was before, but it's fine. I am enjoying my time re-looking through a lot of these different things throughout this chapter. These are all really cool. I don't dislike any part of this. I'm actually really enjoying myself right now, but I need to get to the content that I was, I mean, get to the part where I was on, not the content. My mind is splitting apart right now because I'm like listening to a bunch of different voices all at once. I'm just hearing that like I keep on hearing that in my ears. It's driving me a little bit crazy, but I'm gonna deal with my mistake by not listening to the manual for the visual novel because they did tell me not to open up old save files since it will screw things up. And yes, things had been screwed up, so it was all on my accord. Alright, let's see if I get these new tips. I'm gonna real quick save just in case. Let's see if I'm allowed to say, yes, I got Mahjong Prodigy finally. Alright, I'm gonna press save. Okay, the save file worked this time. So use end of chapter 3 save file just in case I mess up again. Let's see if the tips come up this time. Yes! The tips came up this time. Alright. Ooh, sorry for the burp. But let's go ahead and read these tips, and then I'll get to chapter 4. The investigation runs aground. Let's see what this means.
昨日銀座の料亭でお会いしてね。そういう話が出たんだよ。
別室の謁見でしょう。連中、公安に干渉しすぎですよ。あまり迎合すると悪い洗礼を残しますね。
犬飼大臣は公安の動きに不快感をあらわにしているらしい。多分月曜の町議で次官からその旨の話が出るんじゃないかと思う。参ったな。
次官へは局長級に話つけてもらうしかないですよ。給料を多くもらってる人の当然の仕事ってことで。
まあそうなると局長からは絶対に大臣脅迫の物証を求められるよ
な。あの人たまにどっちの味方か分かんなくなりますね。うちらの味方しなくてどうすんのっての。
まあ多分大臣を経由しての圧力だと思ってるけどね。俺が時間室で油汗かいて時間稼ぐ間に調査進めてもらうしかないよな。全身の汗絞られて絞りかすになっちゃうかもしれないけどな。でどうなの調査の進行は。
期待してた濃厚なラインがことごとく外れて正直途方に暮れてます。
最近の大臣発言をまとめるとひなみ沢ダムの計画の話が目立つっていう報告を聞いたけど、それはどうなの？
目立つっていうか本当に微細な程度の違和感ですね。たまたま県議連でのスピーチだったから時事ネタを話しただけかもしれないし。
確か地元団体が過激に抵抗してるってやつだっけ？鬼ヶ淵死守同盟。確か赤坂君に調べてもらってたよね。
僕は連中には今回の事件は起こせないと踏んでいます。ですが疑わしいところのほとんどが真っ白な以上疑いの枠から外すわけにはいかないかもですね。赤坂君からはその可能性は否定できないとの軽い報告は受けています。
なら調べてみる価値はあるんじゃないの？しらみつぶしなんだから残る疑わしい団体がそこ一つならやるしかないでしょ。
まあ調べる団体はそこだけじゃないんですがね。鬼ヶ淵と同じ程度のレベルで疑わしい団体になるともう相当の数になりますよ。人手も時間も残業代も全然足りません。
赤坂君からさ、もうちょっと詳しく聞いてみてよ。俺はちょっと要注意に感じるけどな、その死守同盟。
彼、村人とうまく接触できたって連絡してきました。現地の警察とも連携できてるみたいですね。
赤坂君との連絡密にしてください。それで彼からの情報が引っかかるようであれば増援を送ることもありということで。
But how quickly can they get them?
わかりました。すいません、片岡市長。局長からお電話です。こっちに回しますか？
ああ、いい、そっち行きます。もしもし。
And that was... What's the tip again? That was the investigation runs aground. Now, let's go to What's in the Box? Oh man, 7. What an interesting movie. Do you believe that there are choices in life? There are many people who lament the following. If there only existed points in life where there were clear choices to make, we would only be able to scrutinize those carefully and make decisions that would lead us to a better future. Every time I hear people lament as such, I cast it off as a rather trivial worry. Even if you were given a clear choice, it wouldn't be meaningful at all, and there wouldn't be any such path to a better future. Is this hard to understand? Then let's pretend that in front of you there are two strange boxes. In other words, you have two clear choices. Do you open the red box or the blue box? A lot of things would be uncertain even with that choice, wouldn't they? If you don't have the option of opening neither, then your choice boils down to the natural impulse of opening the box that holds the better result for you. Then, after examining the shape and features as such, and pondering a great many things, you have to pick either the red or the blue. If this was you, which box would you open? Well, if I was in a bathroom being asked which box I would open, I would try to get the hell out of there. Oh man, this like the red box, blue blocks, even though this is like a weird connection, but that kind of reminds me of the red paper, blue paper story where you're sitting in the bathroom. Like, this is a Japanese urban legend, like 7 mysteries of Japanese schools, I think. I think that previous fact was wrong, but there is an urban legend in Japanese schools apparently where there's this ghost named, I don't remember the name of the ghost, but there's this ghost that asks you if you want a red paper or a blue paper. And if you choose the red paper, I think they kill you, and if you choose the blue paper, they strangle you to death. So either way, you die. But you either die a horrible stabbing death or a horrible strangulation death. Which paper do you choose? Red or blue? If you were to go by their traditional meanings, then red would be a dangerous, running color. However, that doesn't automatically mean that it would be calm and relaxing inside the blue box either. In fact, it might even be that the colors are a trap, make you aware of the red box, and have you open the blue. A trap? Could it be the contents of the box aren't a reward, but rather a penalty? See? Now you're at a lost. You're so conflicted over the choice between red and blue that you started wishing there was an option to open neither and just leave. Kinda like the bathroom situation I just talked about. But there isn't. You have to open either the red box or the blue box. Oh, I forgot to say this, but if you choose one box, the other will disappear. So you never know the contents of the box you don't open. I'll just put that rule at the end there for you. Now, why don't you choose? The red box or the blue box? It's alright, you won't lose anything by picking either one. Come on now. No! Wait, no! I have to choose actually? Wait, no! That has never happened! Higurashi's never, ever done a choice whether you choose one thing or the other! Oh no! Why are you doing this to me? Okay, so they were mentioning the traditional meaning of red, but they also said blue can be dangerous. Oh! You are so evil, game! I'm gonna press red. Have you thought about it? Yes. And then, you chose this color, didn't you? Oh. Okay, they're gonna be ambiguous with either answer, aren't they? As soon as you choose, the other box disappeared. So you can give up on the contents of that one, okay? That's the rule. Now, open up the box you chose. Inside the box, there was a piece of caramel. Oh, I picked the good box! I know you're a little disappointed. Well, that's only natural. No matter how you look at it, it looks like you drew the dud. The correct box might have been a bar of chocolate in it, for all you know. No, in fact, something incredible like a pair of tickets to Hawaii might have been in there. But even if you wanted to verify that, the other box has already disappeared. There's no way you could check now. But if you think about it from an optimistic point of view, just maybe the other box was empty, and this box was the winner. And being satisfied, perhaps not, but it's such a steep prize, you pop it into your mouth and start chewing it happily. So, what do you think in the end? If you were given a second chance, would you try to open the other box? But unfortunately, the chance to choose between the red box and the blue box is come and gone, never to be seen again. The chance to change your selection will never come. Don't your parents often say every choice you make in life it only happens once, so choose carefully? Actually, yes! My parents have said this to me before. Along with, don't touch that, that's dangerous, and don't cross the road, you dumbass. See? Choices aren't that great after all. Aren't you a little disillusioned now? Thank you for putting me in an existential crisis, Higurashi. Thank you. Now, let's see the glint in the demon's eye. Ooh. Is this about Oryu? Oh, please be about Oryu. Yes!
はい。それで、
This is about
実は
Oryu, I
明日
think.
の午後6時からになりまして、告別式があさってのお昼、12時から13時までになりまして、会場は 沖宮セレモニーホールになります。
Yes, it's Oreo.
か。池澤助役のお孫さんの葬式じゃ。何にも挨拶なしってわけにもいかんね。
Oh, okay.
みよ、代わりに出てえな。
うん、了解。喪服で行く？香典はいくらくらい？
学校の服でえんね。前のボタンちゃんと止めてくんねよ。香典は5万。10万包んだれな。
That's a lot of money.
世話になったかんな。
Okay, that makes sense. Mion quietly whistled and awed at the exorbitant amount of money her grandmother was offering.
池澤さんはな、沖宮の事務所長だった頃からしっかりした人だったね。役人は挨拶って言っても絶対に玄関までしか来ん。でもな、池澤さんはわしがお茶を勧めるといっつも上がってくれて、ちゃんと話を聞いてくれた。人の話を最後まで聞く本当に鏡みたいな人だったんね。
The two guests made a show of nodding, making it clear they were paying attention as Oreo reminisced. The sight of them trying not to get on Oreo's bad side was humorous enough to elicit laughter from Mion occasionally.
で、池澤助役のお孫さんはいくつで亡くなったんね。
11歳だそうで。
Oh shit, that is young! Oreo closed her eyes and shook her head lightly, lamenting the loss of such a young life.
確か孫は一人だ言うてんな。かわいそうにな。
That is pretty sad.
親より先に死ぬほどの親不幸はあるめな。
ばっちゃんも他人には優しいね。あたしやシオンが死んだら同じように悲しんでくれる？
アホ抜かすんでね。演技でもねすったなんとシャラー。
I can't say anything! Having got the reaction she expected, Mion cackled. The two guests, unsure they were supposed to laugh along, instead forced awkward smiles.
それでは本日は失礼いたします。では明日の夕方5時にお迎えに参りますんで、よろしくお願いいたします。ではごめんくださいませ。
After bowing their heads repeatedly, the guests left by the front door. Mion saw them off, waving her little hand goodbye.
帰ったよ。お役人もばっちゃんのご機嫌伺いに大変だね。訃報なんか電話でいいと思うのにね。
Well, it was true that Oryu Sozaki was a central person for both her relatives and the residents of Himazawa village as a whole. As a voting bloc, they numbered in several thousands. It wasn't hard to imagine the mayor would try to pound it to her. Unlike Mion, however, Oryu was looking up longingly at the sky from the veranda.
どうした
Veranda?
の？猛録した？
Someone just died, Mion. Someone just died, young Mion.
誰のお孫さんであろうと気の毒だのう思ったんよ。
Saying that, she let out a deep sigh. Mion was let down, as normally her grandmother would have scolded her for her attitude. She wanted to be scolded.
俺例の大臣の孫さらわれてからどのくらいになる？
うん。4日かな。
Oreo let out another deep sigh.
旧敵の孫とはいえ気の毒だな。
そう。
十分気はせいたんろ。そろそろ終わりにしちゃれな。
The playful expression drained from Mion's face, leaving behind a stern one. And then, as to asserting Uryu's will, looked into her eyes. Uryu, expressing her attention with only those eyes, looked back into Mion's.
お茶が欲しいんで頼んでな。さっきのチョコレートも食べといね。
Mion gave a small nod, then turned around.
シミコさん、いますか？抹茶に紅茶入れてあげてください。
I gotta say, Uryu is still a little bit scary. From far away, a voice responded in the affirmative. Mion, after confirming she had been heard, picked up the phone and began dialing.
あ、もしもし？ミオンだけど。うん。うちのお父さん、います。
Oh, not good. Oh, no, they had the scene there! Oh, so we had to see what's to come of this in Chapter 4, for which I am getting to right about now. I had a restless night's sleep. I did nothing but turn over repeatedly during a night that seemed like it lasted for eternity. Even then, I eventually fell asleep at some point, not realizing how high in the sky the sun had risen. I shut off the urge to go back to sleep. It was then I noticed that the phone was ringing. The time was almost 10:30 in the morning. It was clearly too late for a wake-up call.
赤坂さんですか？
Oh, it's Uishi.
おはようございます。大石です。
I don't know if this is good or bad.
うんうんうん。
Waking up to the sound of Uishi's voice was a little too much of a shock. My delicate ears were ringing. But thanks to that shock, I was suddenly wide awake.
ああ、どうも。おはようございます。
ひょっとして今お目覚めですか？出張中とはいえ勤務時間には起きないといけませんよ。
まったくです。以後気をつけます。
あなたの眠気をもう一つ覚ましてあげられるかもしれない話があります。ひなみ沢駐在所から届いた遺失物に興味深いものが混じっていたんです。
Oh no, it's the name tag, wasn't it?
遺失物。
Wait, I think they already had the name tag. The guy had the name tag in his box, so it had to be something. It better not be a body part of the kid. I don't remember the exact details of what happened in this part of the story, but I can't remember if it's messed up or not. But we might have to see for later.
いえ、すぐに伺います。
Uishi had already knew what my mission was. Since Uishi said it was something that would wake me up, it was hard to believe that it would be irrelevant to me. Honestly speaking, judging by the information from Sundown yesterday, and knowing that my cover was already blown, I could have wandered to and from Himatsubushi carelessly. In other words, my investigation was at an impasse. If there was some information there that could put me back on the trail, that would be nothing less than a stroke of good fortune. Well, he's about to get that good fortune. After vigorously washing my face, I pulled on my jacket and hailed a taxi, heading towards the Okinawa police station. There's Uishi. I gotta get used to his mouth moving as he talks. I'm still trying to get used to that.
遅くなって申し訳ありません。で、一体何が出たんですか？
With absolutely no intention of reminiscing about last night's Mahjong game, I pressed him to get to the point. Uishi, anticipating that I would act that way, cut to the chase without any resistance.
先ほども申し上げましたが、今朝ひなみ沢の駐在所から遺失物が届きました。
Lost items that were turned over to the police box were sent to Okinawa Station after the paperwork was filled out. Uishi pulled out a plastic bag from a drawer and laid its labeled contents on the desk. Are we gonna see them?
ですか。
でしょうな。
In the guy's grandson wallet?
中には小銭はあってもお札はなかったもんなんで、スリが中身を抜いた後に捨ててったのかななんて思ったんですがね。最初は。
I didn't understand how this wallet, so far removed from Tokyo, could possibly be related to the kidnapping. If it had drawn Uishi's attention, it would have to be something dramatic, like if the wallet was belonging to the missing grandchild. That would be absurd. Like something that convenient would happen. If that was it, then there were probably initials written on the wallet. Like the initials of Toshiki Inugai, the minister's grandson, T.I. Thinking like that, at this point, I didn't suppose that this wallet was something that could get Oishi so excited. Oishi, after putting on a pair of disposable plastic gloves, handed me a pair of the same. I didn't feel that this wallet was such an important thing, so I had my doubts about whether there was a point in putting on gloves. However, I didn't want Oishi's attention to go to waste, so I put them on. Oishi opened up the plastic bag and pulled it out, showing me the back. As I had imagined, there were initials engraved there. But it was slightly more detailed than I thought, with Toshiki I marked on it. Oishi grinned at me with a look on his face that said, "See? We can't confirm that from that." Oh no! No! Dang it! I thought I was. Oh no! Ah, man! I thought I was done with the repeated words, but here we are. We're back to them. We can't confirm from that this belongs to the minister's grandson, I informed them calmly. This wallet was irrelevant. It was nothing more than Oishi's over-eagerness. First of all, there was absolutely no way, in this distant locale, that the missing grandson's wallet would be found at such a convenient timing. After all, the Odabuchi Defense Alliance wasn't related to the case in the first place. So there was no way this wallet belonged to the grandson. Why I wanted to decide that was the case, even I didn't really know. Even though what should have been a top secret case was leaked before I'd even been dispatched. In this situation, how could I say this was definitely unrelated? Would it be more prudent to pay more attention to this wallet? It had only been a couple of days since I arrived in Nimizawa. But in those couple of days, due to the number of remarkable events, my nerves might have become just a little afraid. Shaking my head slightly, I cleared it of unnecessary thoughts. Oishi opened the wallet zipper, revealing the contents. Inside was small change and a couple receipts. Oishi, from that jumble, put out a folded card. Seeing that, my heart stopped for a moment. It was a card from a dental examination. Name, Toshiki Inugai, and the age. A perfect match. The dentist's location was in Tokyo. There was no need to explain any further. How far was it from Tokyo to Mizawa? It was far enough that taking the bullet trains and cars would still take several hours. Why would a wall with a dental examination card from Tokyo inside show up in Nimizawa? Could it belong to a tourist who came from Tokyo? Or maybe a villager on vacation to Tokyo just happened to pay a visit to the dentist. No, it had to fall into somebody's bag by accident. In my mind, I desperately struggled to find a possible excuse as to why this wallet did belong to Toshiki Inugai. It was as if it just wouldn't do for this wallet to belong to him. However, weeding out any possibility for error by one, the haze surrounding the wall in front of me faded, gradually letting it become into clear focus. I felt a shiver of electricity run up my spine. My pulse quickened, and a thin film of sweat began to coat my entire body. From Oishi's point of view, I was probably slack-jawed and spaced out, with a suddenly look on my face.
この鹿には問い合わせましたか？
そりゃ赤坂さんの仕事でしょ。私はまだそこまでは。
この財布はいつ頃のものでしょうね。
拾ったのは村人です。昨日のことだそうで。
じゃなくて、この財布はいつ頃落ちたものでしょうね。
ここいらに雨があったのはちょうど先週7日前。中身が水にやられた様子はないから最長で6日前からでしょうね。
この財布の存在は署内で誰が知ってます？
初期対応のひなみ沢駐在所の警官、それから遺失物対応で係が 2,3 人、あとは私とあなた。 内緒の事件と関係があったらまずいでしょう。ベラベラとは喋ってないつもりですよ。
電話を借りていいですか？
どうぞどうぞ。外線はゼロ発信から。
I dialed the phone number inscribed on the examination card. I could hear my pulse pounding inside my head. Could there possibly be something so absurd? The addresses on the receipts and cards inside the wallet were all from around the area where the grandson lived. The name on the examination card was also a match. The time we deduced the wallet had been left behind also matched up with the timeline of the kidnapping. Of course, it was possible I could just laugh at all as just a big pile of coincidences. There wasn't any strong evidence. Rather than all this circumstantial proof, the contents of the phone call I was about to make would have a much greater meaning.
はい、お待たせしました。中川歯科です。
どうも。こちらは沖宮署です。実はお財布の落とし物がありまして、所有者の連絡先を探しております。ご協力をいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。お財布の中にそちら様の診察カードが入っておりまして。ええ。氏名は犬飼俊樹くんです。カードの番号を申し上げますので、電話番号をお調べいただいてもよろしいでしょうか。ええ。ありがとうございます。お願いできますか。
Still holding the receiver, I pulled out a notebook from my vest pocket with my free hand. I opened up to the page with the grandson's address and phone number recorded on it.
どうもすみません。はい。お願いします。
I compared the phone number written in my notebook to the one that was being read out on the other end of the line. During that process, I spun around to look behind me uneasily. I locked eyes with Uishi. Uishi looked puzzled, wondering what the matter was. Why would I feel uneasy and look behind me? That was because the person on the end of the line was reading out the numbers as though doing it so straight from my notebook. It seemed that HQ was in quite an uproar thanks to my report. No matter how many times the authenticity of the evidence I had linked to the grandson was called into question, I could only respond that it was the truth. When the lead investigator first picked up the phone, I was grilled about the evidence I found that was almost too good to be true, if I do say so myself. But after having doubt after doubt dispelled, he fell into silence. The receiver was finally handed over to the section chief. When he picked it up, the background thrum at the other end of the line disappeared, and I knew that it had gone completely silent. After asking the same questions about the wall that the lead investigator did, the chief spoke his next words.
わかりました。こちらから何人か増援を送ります。今日の夕方には到着できるでしょう。赤坂君は引き続き現地調査をお願いします。財布が発見された地域の情報を収集しててください。加納さんは何人か選んで現地へ直接。
The fact that he was sending Kano, the lead investigator, here meant that the chief had decided there was a possibility that Ogunifuchi Defense Alliance was somehow implicit in the kidnapping. However, it felt as though until the lead investigator, whom he trusted, had verified the evidence with his own eyes, he was still going to be skeptical about it.
どうでした？
本庁から増援が出発するそうです。
Oh man,
現地調査を命じ
things are leading to an intense scene.
財布の
I'm
落ちていた
excited. Things are going to get intense.
高津戸のあたりだそうです。ここが沖宮。ずーっと行ってここがひなみ沢で、さらに上流にぐーっと上がっていくとこの辺が高津戸です。
Uishi explained where the wall was found by pointing to the locations on the map on the wall. This place called Takasuda was even more remote than Himizawa was.
高津戸界隈はほとんど民家なんかありませんよ。昔の廃村です。無人の家屋が点在するなんとも寂しいあたりですね。
大石さん、高津戸へ案内してもらうことはできますか？
構いませんよ。赤坂さん
It seemed like he wanted to go himself.
自由にひなみ沢に出入りはできないでしょうからね。無論また野球帽とマスクをしてもらうことになりますが。
That Oishi had agreed to accompany was very reassuring. If Sano-san's info was to be believed, my cover had been blown. I wasn't sure if the villagers had realized that the fresh meat dispatched from the public safety was the tourist I had visited the village yesterday. In other words, me. But deciding that they hadn't noticed would have been overly optimistic. Given a cursory thought, Takasudo, where the wallet was found, couldn't be ruled out as a hiding spot for the kidnappers. The Takasudo area didn't have any residential buildings, nor was it alongside a highway, but there wasn't a reason for even the locals to go out of their way to visit it. It was exactly what you would call a long-forgotten ghost town at the end of the road. You couldn't ask for a better place to hold a kidnapped grandson. Also, you couldn't get to Takasudo without passing through the Himatsubushi first. Those several conditions made the area all the more important. I couldn't brush it off any longer. There was no longer any doubt that the Okazuchi Defense Alliance, or somebody hired by them, were involved in the kidnapping. If that was the case, then the fact that this wallet was found might have been already leaked to them. They even knew so much about how the public safety division was operating. The case of the wallet could be something they didn't know. In that case, there's a possibility that the enemy was lying in wait to dive alone into enemy territory surrounded by enemy territory surrounded by enemy territory. There's nothing wrong with this line, I just really like it. To say the least, required an amount of courage, nay, recklessness, that I just did not have. But Oishi does.
大石さんの同行がなければ、そうおいそれと踏み込めない村でしたので、ご協力いただけて本当に助かりました。正直なところ、またお金を要求されるのではと思ってましたよ。
それは正直を言えば、ひなみ沢なんか好き好んで行きたがないですからね。運賃でも弾んでもらいたい気分ですが、でも一緒にタコを囲んだ友人の頼みとあれば断るわけにはいきませんしね。
Oh, hi Oishi! Oishi grinned as he pounded me on the back. It struck me that he just didn't want to jump ship rather than having any sort of sense of duty towards his job. Even so, that didn't really matter. Right now, I really appreciated the gesture.
では、早速出
He
して
is
もらえ
really
ますか。
close to me. Oh, good thing you didn't talk right in my face. If the enemy knew that the police had obtained the wallet, then they would probably have moved the hostage to a different place. There wasn't a moment to lose. But Oishi, without regard to the fact that we were about to head out, began to remove his jacket.
何を知ってるんですか。
まあ用心ですよ。家中の栗を拾うなら相応の用意が必要と思いましてね。あなたも来ます。
What Oishi pulled from the drawer below the desk was a stab-proof vest. Oh shit. Wow. His name was Toshiki Hinugai, the grandson of the Minister of Construction, Hinugai. There was only one reason for him being here. If you didn't include gym or art class, his grades were above average. That was the result of having private tutoring sessions twice a week. If you omitted the fact that he still couldn't do pull-ups, there wasn't much else that would make him hate school. Of course, he understood full well that his grandfather was a cabinet minister. But he also knew not too many people were that interested in their relationship. He didn't like to go out of his way to bring up his grandfather, or to call him the Minister of Construction. And finally, he at least tried to know a little more about what kind of work the Minister of Construction did than your average Joe. What that entailed was that when you tried your best to make life better for the masses, sometimes you made few enemies. He knew that all too well from the time he spent as a class representative. His grandfather had many enemies. He knew that he might personally catch some of that fallout, so he had to be twice as cautious. He was taught that by his parents. That's why, the moment he was kidnapped, he he instantly knew that this was one of those occasions. He understood that he wasn't being treated as Toshiki Inugai, the person, but as rather as Toshiki Inugai, the grandson of the Minister of Construction. That he wasn't personally at fault, but that this was a result of some unavoidable trouble with his grandfather's work. It made a little difference, but when he realized it wasn't because of anything he did, he was able to relax, if only a little. Of course, at first he was struck with a terror befitting his age, wondering what was going to happen to him. But after a while being tied up and only able to stay lying down, he began to ponder a great many things. First, he thought about the reason he was being abducted like this. He understood the answer to that easily. He was taken hostage to coerce his grandfather, the minister. There was no doubt about that. He didn't know exactly what the Minister of Construction did, but it was easy to imagine that there was much to be gained from threatening him. He respected his grandfather more than most. He earnestly believed that his own grandfather was within the top 20 of the most important people in Japan. That was exactly why he wouldn't forgive anybody who tried to threaten his beloved grandfather. More importantly, he wouldn't forget anybody who would use him as a tool to threaten his grandfather. His grandfather was really busy, and rarely had the time to meet with relatives. That's why, with what little time he did manage to scrape together, he just dropped by unannounced. And as an apology for not being able to meet during New Year's or summer vacation, he doted on his grandson very, very much. A number of times that Toshiki was looked upon with disregard just because his grandfather was a politician and a minister certainly weren't few. But he never thought even once that he wanted his grandfather to quit being a politician. Because it was his beloved grandfather, he wanted to continue his career as long as possible from the bottom of his heart. However, Toshiki was now being held hostage, and his grandfather was being threatened. His grandfather, who called him the apple of his eye, was surely suffering. He might do anything to save his grandson. They may be even putting aside his ideology if it required to save his grandson. He might cave into the coercive demands if it meant saving his grandson. When Toshiki thought about that, an inexplicable anger welled up within him. In his current situation, he was unable to forgive the cowards who would make his beloved grandfather suffer by using such dastardly means. That feeling swelled inside of him, displacing the fear. What he thought of first was something anybody would imagine. Get out of these bonds, beat up the bad guys, then hand them over to the police. Images of all the brave heroes from the manga he read passed through the back of his mind. In an imaginary scenario, he slipped his bonds easily, floating like a butterfly to evade his captors, then stinging like a bee to bring them all down. In the end, it was nothing more than his silly little fantasy. But with his vision obstructed and unable to see anything, it was something that he could get into more than any anime at the moment. In actuality, he was enjoying these little scenarios in his head for the long period of time he was tied up. His captors hadn't really done anything to him that they would feel sorry for. However, eventually he began to grow tired of his fantasies, and more realistic scenarios began to run through his head. It was then he realized that none of them were a solution. Yes, he wanted to do something for his grandfather who was being threatened. That he was being held to inflict pain on his grandfather was the thing that he could least forgive, and the most vexing. And then, he noticed, there was a much simpler way he could save his grandfather without having to beat up his despicable captors. That was, to remove himself as a hostage from the hands of these villains. If he was to disappear from here, his captors would have nothing to threaten his grandfather with. The captors had restrained him, but they didn't treat him roughly, and they made sure he was felt well enough. Meaning, at most, he was nothing more than the means for their threat. They weren't looking to bully or kill him out of spite. If he behaved, no ill will befall him. Realizing that gave him a strong sense of courage. In carrying his train of thought this far, he let us run his course to his natural conclusion. Right now, at this moment, Toshiki Inugai had decided to escape. His ears had been stuffed with a sponge-like material, acting as makeshift earplugs. However, they didn't actually do much to block out any sound, and he could overhear everything his captors were saying. Realizing that this was to his advantage, even when his captors spoke to him, he acted like he couldn't hear them due to the earplugs. His captors, thinking that he couldn't hear their conversation, talked about all sorts of things without any reservations. Thanks to that, he was able to obtain various pieces of information. First off, this wasn't Tokyo. it seemed that this was quite a distance away, and on top of that, in the countryside, nestled deep in the mountains. It also seemed like his captors were inconvenient living out here, so he could deduce that this place was far removed from any sort of town. Finally, whenever they went out to buy food or other supplies, they would always take a car. That fact caused him some dismay, because he knew that the method he learned at school of running around blindly while shouting for help wouldn't work here. He paused his little mental escape scenario there. His ultimate goal was to find somebody who would help him. If somebody who fit that description wasn't close by, his chances of escaping successfully grew slim. A desolate, far-off land deep in the mountains. A place where you couldn't just go shopping without using a car. In this situation, escaping would be very difficult. He grew depressed, and after a little while, he returned to his original scenario. Imagining becoming a hero in the manga he read and beating down his captors became his respite. However, as he played those illusions out in his head, his heart, hating to surrender, continues to search for a way to escape. And then, he thought of a way. If the goal was far away, then all he had to do was get closer. His goal, in a nutshell, was to find somebody who would help him. In other words, somebody other than his captors. If he faked being sick, then his captors would have to take him to the hospital, or bring a doctor to him. He would probably be reluctant to do that. But he already knew that the hospital was more important than anything. And the off chance that something happened, like him dying, occurred, they wouldn't be able to threaten anybody anymore. Luckily, he had an experience that would help him take a seat. 1 second, let me reread that. Luckily, he had an experience that would help him fake a serious illness. At the end of the last year, he was inadvertently involved in a car accident and had to undergo surgery. The scar from that surgery was still clearly visible on his lower torso. He recalled the pain and suffering from that time. The existence of that experience would make a huge impact on the realism of his performance. He was quite confident in his ability to fake an illness. Haha, smart child. His captors at first took it as a sign he needed to use the washroom. Untying only his arms, they began to bring him there while he was still blindfolded. But he didn't try to get up. His hands, now free, clutched at his abdomen as he writhed in agony.
おい、どうしたんだ？腹でも痛いのか？
He still had his earplugs in, so he pretended he didn't hear his captors asking the question. He was about to nod as he hurriedly had to stop himself.
どったんね。
小僧が腹を押さえてるよ。腹痛かな。
His captors looked down on his suffering form for a bit. One of them proposed a course of action, while another laid his doubts that Toshiki might be faking it.
どったんね。坊主。腹痛む
Oops,
かい
sorry. I didn't mean to skip his line.
そいつ耳を塞いでるから聞こえてないぜ。
参ったんな。腹痛に効く薬なんかあらんね。薬局行って買ってくるか。
腹痛って言ったっていろんな薬があるだろう。症状がわからないうちはいい加減な薬は買えないぜ。
腹押さえてるし、便秘やん。便秘薬でも買ってくれば収まるやんね。間違って飲んでも死なんしな。
決めつけるなよ。盲腸とかかもしれないだろう。俺のおじさんがさ、昔急になったことあってよ。あれはかなりビビったぜ。
One of the captors leaned over beside the boy, who was bent over in agony.
かわいそうにな。全身汗だらけじゃないかよ。腹か？痛むのか？おいおい、痛むんならあんまり抑え込んじゃかえって悪いぞ。
Realizing that his captors were concerned about his stomach, he inadvertently let his shirt right up, letting the scar from his surgery come into plain view. His vision was still obscured with packing tape, so he couldn't see the reaction to his scar. But his captors were taken aback, judging from their momentary silence. He had attained the reaction he was looking for.
おい、やばいぜ。この手術跡、そんなに昔のものじゃないぜ。
その小僧、熱出てるんかいね。体温計あるん？
あるわけねえよ。でもすごい汗だぜ。おでこは結構熱いと思う。緊張状態が続くとさ、 昔の傷なんかに応えたりするって聞いたことあるぜ。
じゃあどうすんよ。薬じゃ治らんちゅんてんか。
何の手術跡か知らねえけど、とにかくまずいだろ。下手すると命に関わるぜ。
まずいんて。これは本当にまずいんて。
医者に見せた方がいい。このままじゃ突然ぽっくりいっちまう可能性だってあるだろう。
Toshiki Inigai, with those few words, knew that the situation was progressing exactly as he envisioned it, and snickering to himself on the inside, pressed his act even further. He didn't even need to see to know that his captors were panicking and were running around like chickens with their heads cut off at this troublesome turn of events.
診療所連れて行くか。
そりゃまずん。先生を連れてくる方がいいね。
入江の先生か。いいのか。大丈夫か。
人質に何かあったらまずんね。しゃあない。緊急事態やん。
One of the captors hurriedly left in the car. Another of the men, completely shaken up at this point, wiped the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief. It looked like they were bringing a doctor. As long as the doctor wasn't an accomplice, that doctor was his goal. He was someone he could seek help from. His captors were probably wary of that happening. They would be prepared for it. This would all come down to luck. Some of the sweat emerging from his brow was from the nervousness. At that moment, the packing tape that was covering his eyes and ears were torn from top. What? At the moment, the packing tape that was covering his eyes and ears was torn off. The burning light that he was seeing for the first time in several days hurt his eyes. After that, the gag that made it hard for him to breathe was also removed.
大丈夫かこそ。今お医者を連れてくるからな。しばらく我慢してろな。
I love Toshiki. The doctor was coming. The doctor was coming. Now, how was he going to ask for help? How was he going to get away from his captors? A plethora of thoughts began swirling through his mind.
分かってると思うが、お医者に余計なことは言うなよ。俺たちも別にお前に乱暴がしたいわけじゃないんだ。そりゃ分かってるよな。
Toshiki Inigai nodded with a fitting pain and obedience. His expectation and the enemy's expectations. Whether they doubted that he was faking his illness or not, they knew that what his goal was, and would try to stop it. His stomach contracted from the stress of this gambit, made it seem like his stomach really was starting to hurt. No, it really was. But there was no reason to panic. If he had failed with his approach to the doctor, there was nothing to lose. If there was something to lose, it was this method of faking illness to get in touch with the doctor. He could think of other methods from here on out. It wasn't much. But at the present, this was the easiest and most dramatic way he could think of. The more he thought about it, the more like it was his first time and last gambit. First and last gambit. Eventually, he heard the sound of a car approaching once again. The sound of the car doors being hurriedly opened and shut. And the sounds of several footsteps approaching. That was... How close was the clinic? Oh wait! Didn't the guy just leave? What the hell? A young man in a white medical coat. As he acknowledged the boy, a suspicious look showed itself on his face.
彼は村の子じゃありませんね。
The captors didn't respond. For the looks of it, the young doctor had realized that this was an abnormal situation. One of the captors talked threateningly.
先生には関係のないことです。
For a while, the doctor and the captor silently glared at one another. However, unable to stand the sight of the boy continuing to suffer, the doctor, as the captors had hoped, didn't press any further.
その古い手術跡というのが気になります。何の手術でしたか？
そりゃわからないです。
本当は診療所に連れ帰るべきなんですがね。
先生、そりゃさすがにちょっと。
The doctor said he wanted to bring the boy back to the clinic, but the captors simply suddenly shook their heads at the notion. It was a fleeting hope, but it was only natural that the counselors refused. At that moment, his eyes met with the doctor's. Seeing that the boy's painful state was abnormal, the doctor suspected it was a serious illness. Oh.
大丈夫ですか?
Hi!
私は医者です。この手術跡はいつ頃のものですか?
去年の冬に事故で。
事故? そうですか。参ったな。
He couldn't let the doctor figure out he was faking it here. He had to somehow figure out some way to keep going and tell the doctor that he was being confined and needed help.
患部を少し触りますよ。痛むところがあったら言ってくださいね。
Seeing that it was extremely painful, the doctor crossed his arms and began to ponder. He had to somehow get himself to a hospital. To Shushiki Inugai, faking this illness was the performance of a lifetime. And that's the end of this part of the chapter. Oh man, Toshiki's becoming one of my favorite characters in this chapter other than Akasaka and Oishi. I really love Toshiki, but I also love Rika in this chapter and Oryu. Oryu is actually...
皆さんもご苦労さんなことです。
I'm sorry, Oishi, but I'm going to be doing something really bad and end this video right here, right now. So, if you all like this video, oh good, it's not 11 p.m. just yet. So if you all like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and we might be saving Toshiki Inugai next time. So leave a like, leave a comment, and Toshiki might be saved next time. Okay.
OK OK